Hey, how's it going out there in YouTube land? What's going on? Nothing's happening over here, so thought I'd do a little stream for you. You know, whoever wants to talk about whatever they want, now's the time. Yep, so this is for you, YouTube people. We're going to be talking about writing. I came across a lot of good writing nuggets lately and wanted to share some with you. So if y'all have any writing advice, let me know because I'm always open. I want to improve my craft and make my craft better. So if y'all have any questions from a fiction point of view, let me know. So lately I finished my novel. I actually finished it on the 26th, and it's kind of a romance, kind of like just like this guy makes a bet, and he and his friend figure out that it would cost $5,000 for them to go over to Canada and see their favorite actress because they both have a YouTube channel, and that YouTube channel is failing. And the other friend gets the idea, well, we need to have some sort of celebrity or like newscaster on. We need to have somebody in our channel to help us boost some views. And, the guys were like, well, we should go see Katie White, from Mammoth Warrior. You remember her? And they're like, hey, Randy, what's up, my man? What's up to Ghost of D's nuts? Whoop, whoop. So the guy figures out that it would, with the hotel and the flight and, the cab fare and the money to get into the comic convention. What up, D-Man? Hello. So with the money, the flight, the hotel room, the food and stuff, he figures it would all take about $5,000. So the main character goes, well, here's the deal. If I can make up $4,000 for this trip, you got to put in the extra $1,000. And the guy's like, you know what? Deal. I don't think you're going to make it, but deal. What up, Yakvo? What up, the dude? The Ghost of D's nuts, D-Man, Yakvo. We're here to talk about whatever you want to talk about, but I am currently talking about my novel, and we're talking about how the main character makes a bet that he can raise $4,000 for a trip, and then if he raises the $4,000, his other friend will raise the other $1,000. So, what up, Pixel Protocol? So, whatever you want to talk about, we'll talk about. But I'm going over my novel, and it's about a magician. It's kind of like it's a takeoff on me, I will admit. And I talked to my beta reader, and my beta reader was very complimentary. He really liked the characters. He really liked the story. He did have a lot of notes for me. The dude, oh, nice. Is this a novel you said was loosely based on your life? Yes. Oh, word, you're working on a novel. That's cool. What genre is it in? I would have to say young adult, or maybe drama. Young adult or drama. And then there is a little bit of romance in there, so you could put it under YA romance, I guess. I think that would work. And and the lead character is a magician. He does many tricks for people. And my favorite author, and I don't like him just because his last name is Brown, but my favorite author is Dan Brown. I was a big fan of Digital Fortress. I was a big fan of Deception Point, Angels and Demons, Da Vinci Code, The Solomon Key, and Origin. Those were all. Was it Origin? What was the one with? Maybe it wasn't Origin, but anyways, those were all good things. Really cool in my own. Dude, I have to say it's pretty commendable that you're always writing something. Like, despite you haven't had a huge hit, no offense, none taken. You've written a ton of books. Yep. Yeah. Don't worry, the dude, not the offense, none taken. Yeah. One of the things that's really hard, the dude, is finishing, and I've actually finished a lot of screenplays, and I gotta say, I have sold a few, so that's cool. But yeah, a lot of people have problems finishing, which is it's tough. And you know what? Since we're on the topic, I always thought you were full of talent. Thank you, D-Man. I appreciate that, man. Thanks. That that's a good compliment. I can tell you that you're really passionate about writing. Very cool. Yep, I am, because I was on Tony Robbins' Facebook site, and he always has these posts, about like inspirational posts and questions that he poses to people. And one of the posts was, personal development is blank. And a lot of people filled in, like, it's everything. I put it's critical, because Tony always says, if you're not growing, you're dying. So I try to grow as much as a writer, and I've got this technique that I use. It's called the reverse deadline, and it's basically a set amount of time that you give yourself to learn something. Like I'll do an hour, a day, just looking up like writing blogs and writing podcasts and listening to a lot of female writers on the web. There aren't a lot of male writers doing like tips videos. I mean, like there's some really good ones out there, and like lately I've been reading Monica Leonel, and she wrote this book called Story Symmetry. And that's a really good book. I pulled a lot of nuggets out of there. I can't think of any right off the top of my head, but she makes a good case for character flaws and structure. And she has her own little structure that she uses, which is cool. I could tell that you're really cool. I always thought that you were full of just kidding. Okay. Did the fierce man have trouble? Yeah. So, I always try to better myself. I'm in a constant state. Tony Robbins calls it canny, constant and never-ending improvement. And I believe that personal development is critical. It really is, because you want to get better. I mean, if you don't want to get better, I don't know like what your purpose is if you don't want to become better as a human being. So oh yeah, you definitely need character flaws. You don't want to have a perfect main character. It's so dull and boring. Yeah. Yeah, I talked to my beta reader, and he said he likes the main character a lot. He likes how he's so confident and goes into situations. And my beta reader was actually really happy with this one scene where the sidekick character and the sidekick character's girlfriend are like arguing in a scene, and the lead character just kind of like hangs back, and he's like, it's not my. And the lead character has the attitude of like, it's not my place to like, sort things out between these two. It's not my place to say anything and comment on what's going on. I'm just going to hang back and let them do whatever they do. And that's actually kind of like me and my friend Mike. He got into an argument with his landlord, and I was like, I'm just going to stand here quietly and let those two sort this out while I just chill and, just don't try to agitate the situation, or don't try to butt in where, my opinion is not needed, because I went to stand up. I went to stand up at Monday at this one place in Orlando with my friend Mike. And he was having major words with his landlord, because his landlord, apparently Mike's sink was leaking, and it was affecting the floorboards under the sink. So we were on our way to Orlando, and then she calls him and she's like, you need to come here and fix this now, because if you don't fix this now, it's going to warp the floorboards, and I'm going to charge you for every bit. So Mike went back to the place, cleaned up the water, and then we left to Orlando. What was crazy was I went to comedy night on Monday, and my friend Ryan asked me, Randy, how do you build up the confidence to actually, go up on stage and go and, and just tell jokes? And I told him, well, number one, it was accidental, because I wasn't even expecting to be going on that night, because we arrived late. So I didn't think we were going to be on the list. That's number one. Number two, no offense to any of those comedians that night, but 12 comedians went up before I did, and they all bombed super hard. There was this one comedian who was cute and was nice, but she didn't seem like she was, doing comedy. She just seemed like she was up there asking questions. My friend Mike had a scrub shirt on, and she was like, "Oh, hey, are you a doctor?" And he goes, "No, but I work for medical billing." She goes, "Oh, so you're not a doctor?" I was like, "Nope, just work in a doctor's office." Oh, okay. And then I had my cards out at the time because I was stacking the deck in my favor. And she goes, "Oh, and what about you?" I go, "I'm a magician." And she's like, "Oh, are you going to do some tricks?" I was like, yeah. And she's like, "You should do some tricks for us." I go, "I will be in a little bit." And she goes, "Oh, wow. Looking forward to that." I was like, she really didn't tell any jokes. She didn't get any laughs from the audience. But again, she was cute. And basically, those 12 comedians bombed super hard. So by the time my turn was up, I was thinking in my head, you know what? I'm not prepared tonight, but I probably can't do any worse than the previous 12 comedians. So I just went up there. I did my stuff. I got a few laughs, and did a little magic, amazed the audience, and that was that. So, there's nothing more cringe than when stand-up bombs hard. Yeah, it was pretty bad. You see, the thing is some of them just weren't funny. It just seemed like I think that a lot. Oh, I think a lot of comedians. I think a lot of comedians think that people just go up there and just ask questions and do stuffs, and are I think a lot of people think they just freeball it, which couldn't be further from the truth. A lot of comedians do not just go up there and freeball it. A lot of professional comedians not only have stuff that they do, but they have stuff that they do over and over and over and over again. I used to be really big into comedy in Daytona, and the thing about it is that if you've been to one comedy show in Florida, you've been to them all, because unless you're a new comedian, or unless the comedian is trying out some new material, my friends Travis and my friends Mike and Michelle, and they all tell the exact same jokes. But here's the thing. The thing is, all those jokes get laughs. And then the second thing is they do the same set, but for a totally different crowd every night, you know? Because, like, I know comedians who have been doing the same jokes for like 5 years. But again, like, people that come into that bar it's practically an entirely new crowd, except for the comedians. So an entirely new crowd comes in, here's an ancient set, and they laugh because they never heard of that before, you know? But yeah, it is pretty cringe when people bomb. But I had a set that I do, and I got a few laughs. You know, I got a few laughs, and people were more amazed than they were amused. You know, like, I did the thing where I guess wrong, and then I unbutton my shirt, and it's their card, and then I button it back up, saying, "How cool would it be if this shirt changed and had your name with a little smiley face underneath?" And they'd be like, the woman that night was like, "That would be effing impossible." I was like, "Are you sure?" She said, "Yeah, that'd be pretty crazy. That'd be pretty nuts." So I did the thing where I pretend to guess wrong 3 times, and I go, "Well, what was your card?" And she goes, "4 of spades." And then I unbutton my shirt, open it up, and it's like, "Oh, was that your card?" And on the front of the shirt is the Joker. And she said, "No, that was not my card." So I go, "Oh, well, I didn't say the front of the shirt would change." And then I take off the button-up shirt, and I reveal on the back of my shirt says 4 of spades, and then it's got the words "your name" underneath it with a little smiley face written in gold, you know? So, yeah. But back to writing. Yeah, writing is really my passion. I really enjoy the art of creating something and bringing something new into the world that previously was in non-existence, you know? So the dude, the Ghost of D's Nuts, Pixel, D-Man, Yakovo, if you have any questions, let me know. Don't make them trolley questions. And now that I've said that, all the questions will probably be trolley. Well, anyways, who cares? Who cares? People can say what they want to say, you know? But yeah, I love writing, and I have a few writing books that I'd like to do reviews for. And you know, it's funny is Junk Drawer has a few books that I like. You know, Junk Drawer has The Art of Writing Sitcoms, which is a good one by John Vorhaus. He does really good stuff. And then John Vorhaus also has this one called The Comic Toolbox, which teaches you stand-up comedy and stuff like that. Save the Cat is that one. That's the only writing book I've ever read. Yeah, Save the Cat is pretty good. And you start WandaVision yet? No, I don't have Disney Plus. I have HBO Max. So I am gonna keep HBO Max. I'm looking forward to is the Ghost of D's Nuts is Falcon and the Winter Soldier gonna be on Disney Plus, or is it gonna be on HBO Max? Because I know there's a few programs that I'm really looking forward to seeing. The number one thing that I'm wanting to see, I really, really want to see this, is the Snyder Cut of Justice League. That is something I'm really looking forward to. And did you see the Snyder Cut got accidentally leaked the other day? I don't know. I for a couple hours, the people clicked on Tom and Jerry. It played the Snyder Cut. Damn, and I watched Tom and Jerry. Oh man. Falcon and the Winter Soldier, Disney Plus. Son of a gun. Okay. I did not see the Snyder Cut. I am eagerly awaiting it. Here's something that I'm probably going to get crucified for, but I really liked Jared Leto's Joker in the Suicide Squad. I didn't like the tattoos. That was the only thing I didn't like. And even though like Jared Leto was kind of doing a Heath Ledger impression, I did like his Joker. I thought it was very menacing and very creepy. And like when Jared Leto was talking to that guy in the kitchen, and he was like massaging his shoulders, I was like, wow, this is really creepy. Like, he's really scary. I would not want to be in the same room with this Joker, just like I wouldn't want to be in the same room with Heath Ledger's Joker. I'm excited for Snyder Cut 2. I worked with him. I've been to his house a couple of times, actually. He's a really cool dude. Yeah, I like Zack Snyder. I like practically everything he's done. I liked the original 300. I liked Watchmen. I liked Man of Steel. I like Batman versus Superman. And I even like, even though it was kind of like a Frankenstein's monster, I do like the original Justice League. There were a lot of things to like, but I'm really interested in seeing his take on it. So his character is fine, and most of the tattoos were fine. That forehead tattoo was god awful. You were correct. I'm really excited for Army of the Dead. I haven't seen the trailers or anything for that. I don't know. I wouldn't mind hanging out with the Joker. I know better than saying no to hooking up with his girlfriend. Yeah, right? Heck yeah. Hey, what's up, Lucky Chucky? What's going on, man? So, y'all can ask me anything if you want to. I don't know why, but a lot of people have been checking out my my NLP video with Captain Marvel. There's just one teaser, but Zack Snyder directed a zombie heist movie set in Vegas. Sounds good to me. Oh, it's set in Vegas. I did not know that. Yeah. A lot of people have been clicking on my NLP video, how Craig Ferguson uses NLP on Brie Larson. And like a lot of people are clicking on that lately. So I mean, like, I'm thinking something must be going on with Brie Larson, or there might have been some big Captain Marvel news, because that video has just been going nuts. People have been like going on it, like constantly posting comments and dropping views and dropping likes. I'm like, whoa, what is going on here with that video? Cameo Man 2021, Brie Larson made Captain Marvel 2 feminist. Yeah, I would agree with that. And to me, like, there's several different tiers of feminists. I didn't like that. Didn't finish the whole movie. Yeah. Yeah. I think there are several different kinds of feminists. Like, I think to call yourself a feminist is pretty vague, because, like, I mean, I would consider myself a feminist, but I believe women should be treated equal to men. I'm totally on board for that. I believe 100%. If some women are getting paid less for men for the same job, I'm against that. But it seems like a lot of feminists out there aren't like women should be treated equal to men. A lot of women out there are like, men are shit, women are the best, women can do everything better than a man, which, that's on an individual basis. I don't know how you could prove that. Yeah, I'm sure there are women who are better than men at some things, and there are some men who are better at women than some things. But you really got to take it on an individual basis. You can't really say, oh, this woman's better than this man because she's a woman. It's like, this woman is better than this other woman and this man because she's smarter than both of them, like you really, it's really kind of like a grand sweeping statement to say, oh, women are better than men and men are better than women. It's like, you got to take the individual, and look at them as a person, I didn't, I'm better than all women at peeing while standing up. Yeah, that's a good one, the dude. I like that. Yeah. But they have an apparatus now so that women can use urinals, did you know that? They actually have like Cameo Man, is the movie worth finishing or not? I'm going to say no. If you didn't like the first half of the movie, you're not going to like the second half of the movie. I will spoil it for you if you want me to. Captain Marvel, things about Captain Marvel. Well, I'll kind of do a Captain Marvel review. Number one, we learn how. I'm not going to tell you how. Yeah, Jude Law was wasted on that movie. He is a good actor. He's been in some good stuff. We find out, and I'm not going to tell you how. We find out how Nick Fury loses his eye, and it's totally horrible and disrespectful to the character because it's so blah. It's so like, nah, yeah, they did it to get a laugh, and it's like, oh, okay, yeah. But the thing is that Nick Fury and Brie Larson are supposed to have this kind of rapport, this repartee, this, like friendship, and it never comes across in the movie. Most of the time, Brie Larson is a condescending bitch to Nick Fury, and Nick Fury kind of like takes the sidecar. Also, Brie Larson's build doesn't seem quite fit for a superhero. Yeah, and another thing, if you looked at early photos, she actually has a very flat butt, and if you look at her in the costume, she does not have a good behind at all, and I feel like maybe they put some Spanx on her or something, or some but I agree with Lucky Chucky. She does not have the build for a superhero at all. No, you are correct. Brie Larson is a good dramatic actor. She can do levity well. Yep. I really did like her in the Unicorn Factory, or the Unicorn Store. I saw that. I watched her in it, and I did like it. I like the Unicorn Store for what it is. It's a nice little quirky indie film, and there was a lot more good stuff in that than there was in Captain Marvel. She cannot do levity well. I wonder who could have replaced her. Unicorn Store sucked. Are you seeing any ladies? Well, they're not on Facebook, so I can tell you this. I do have two. There was this one waitress that I talked to, and she's bringing over her roommate tomorrow, and my mom and I are going to teach her how to make jewelry. My mom knows wire wrapping, and I might film it. That might be fun to film, a little instructional video. My mom is going to teach them wire wrapping and, how to make cabochons and stuff like that. So we're cleaning up the house, and we'll see what goes on. A magician never tells his secrets. Pixel Protocol, I will tell you two things. Number one, a magician never tells how the secret of the trick is done. And then the second thing is there's a modification of the first rule. A magician never tells how his secrets are done for free. You know? Like if the magician is getting paid, yeah, lots of magicians give away their secrets, you know. Otherwise, you know, there would be no magicians today. I mean, like if all the magicians kept all their secrets, nobody would know how to do magic. So, you know, occasionally you've got to take on an apprentice, and you know, you've got to divulge your secrets to somebody sometime. You know, it would be a shame for a secret to die with a person, you know. Like that's the one thing that upsets me about the mentalist Amazing Kreskin. You know, Kreskin has said many of his tricks are going to die with him. And that's sad because the thing about the Amazing Kreskin, he was a mentalist in Canada from 1971 to 1978. And I have some DVDs of the Amazing Kreskin. He's a mentalist, which is basically a magician. And the thing is like these tricks were from more than 45 years ago. But if you watch the DVD, and even if you are a magician and understand magic and know how most of these tricks are done, a lot of these tricks, even for today's audience, would be very tricky and very amazing to do. You know, that's why I like the Amazing Kreskin. And I hope to meet him one day. You know, my dream is to meet the Amazing Kreskin. He seems like a cool guy. I bought a lot of his books. I bought a lot of his DVDs. I love his stuff on YouTube. And, you know, I think an instruction video would be amazing. D-Man, there is an instruction video out. Go to iamrandybrown.wixsite.com/magic. And there is an instructional video for my trick, the invisible card trick. Now, here's the thing. The list price for this trick is $6. But I'll tell you, the first time I made $20 was using this trick. And I'll tell you the little story because, you know, a lot of people haven't seen the story yet. So the story behind this trick is like one night I was out, I was doing tricks for a bunch of people, and there was this one drunk guy who was giving me shit the entire night. But you got to be nice to people. And even though he was acting like a complete jerk the entire night, you know, he knew that I did tricks, and he said, "Come over here, do a trick for me. I dare you. Go ahead. You're not going to be able to fool me. Do a trick for me." So I was like, okay. So I did the trick, the invisible card trick. And, you know, he was like insulting me the whole time, ribbing me. Maybe he was insulting me. Maybe he was like teasing me gingerly. But so there came this part of the trick where I go, okay, I'm going to take my left hand, put it behind my back. And he goes, "That's your right hand." And I was like, okay, I'm going to take my other left hand, put it behind my back. And the guy gets out of the seat and he looks behind my back because he thinks he's going to catch me pulling something like out of my pocket, or, you know, like I'm going to pull something out at the last minute. So the cards he picked were the 7 of diamonds and the 7 of hearts. And I pretended to take the 7 of diamonds out of my pocket, and invisible 7 of diamonds, ripped it up, put it back in my pocket, right? So I have my hands behind my back, and so I go, "What was your card?" And he goes, 7 of diamonds. And then I blow on the deck, and the top card flips off, and it reveals the 7 of diamonds. And he's like, and I go, "Wait, what do we do with the 7 of hearts?" And he goes, "We ripped it up and put it in your pocket." So I reach into my pocket, pull out the ripped up 7 of hearts. So he goes over to the bartender, and I think like, maybe he's, you know, complaining about something, or he's paying the bill, or, you know, telling him I'm messing around and stuff, you know, snitching on me and stuff. And he comes back and he goes, "You, sir." And he holds out his hand, and I decided to shake his hand just out of kindness. And I felt something in his hand, and I thought like, oh, maybe it's a bill, or maybe it's like a note saying something, or, you know, it's like a wrapper from some sort of gun. gum, and I open it up, and what it was a crisp $20 bill. And that was the first time I made $20 doing a trick. And I've only gotten $20 for doing one trick 3 times. But he gave me $20 for the trick. So I figure, $6 is almost a quarter of what I got for doing that trick. So I think it's a fair price. And plus, D-Man, I will be making more instructional videos, and all the other tricks are going to be 10 cents. Or no, not 10 cents. All the other tricks are going to be $1. And then when I have a bunch of videos put out, I'm going to have all 10 of the next tricks on one video, and that video is going to cost $8. So you're going to get 2 tricks for free. Hello? Hey, what's up, Fears? You're on stream.
Yeah, very funny, Randall. I just woke up.
No, I am on stream.
Are you for real?
Yes. Did you want to...
Can they hear me?
Yeah.
What are you doing on stream so late?
I just wanted to do one. So, I was talking about my writing projects, and they wanted to know about my magic and my stand-up, what I was doing, so...
Sorry, Randall, I just woke up.
I called Ryan today, and he said he would do voices for us.
Oh, I would?
Yeah, but you got to wait until Saturday or Sunday.
That's cool, no worries.
Okay, so you wanna come in and... Well, I mean, like, this is YouTube Live, so you can't come in, but
I gotta show you how to use...
I know how to use StreamYard. I just wasn't planning on having anybody come in today.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I didn't know you were doing a stream, buddy. I fell asleep on my couch for a couple hours. I just woke up.
Yep, well, everybody says hi.
Oh, I'm sure they do.
Okay, so you want me to let you go and call you after I'm done? It's 30... I got 37 minutes on the clock. I'm going to go for another 23 minutes.
Oh, man. Yeah, that's cool. Do you want me to come in?
This is YouTube Live. This is in StreamYards.
Oh, yeah. I'll either watch the rest of your stream or give me a chance to wake up, Randall, because
D-Man says hello.
Well, tell D-Man he's the fucking man.
And the Ghost of D's Nuts says, "Oh, hey, the Feels Man."
Does he say Feels? Oh, it's Feels. Well, tell the Ghost I said hi.
Okay. And Yakvo says hi, too.
Who?
Yakvo, he says, shout out to the Fears Man.
Oh, Yakvo. Yeah, that's cool.
Yep.
Yeah, tell him I said hi.
Okay. All right.
Well, have a good stream, Randall.
And you said you did want me to call you after the stream is over?
Yeah, call me after the stream's over. And I'm not streaming tonight. I need a break from that shit.
Yep. Okay, well, I'll talk to you later.
All right, later, buddy. I didn't mean to interrupt. Have a good show.
All right, bye.
All right, bye-bye.
So... The Ghost shouted to, "I'm not British. I sound nothing like that." Man, I'm getting hoarse. The dude, did you tell Randy about the mug? What's the mug? Let me know about the mug. I want to know about it. But yeah, I forgot what was I talking about? I forgot. But yeah, stand up is fun. I did get paid for stand up one. Randy, not sure if the dude mentioned it. Exum sent a mug with Fierce Man on it. Oh, that's cool. Nice. Yeah. No yak, Randy, go back, watch my stream earlier. Got a cool package from Exhumed Visions. Like you're drawing a fierce man from the cartoon. It's really cool. Oh, nice. Wow, yeah. I want to see that. So it's on your channel, the dude. All right, I'll go and look at it. I hope it's a good picture, you know. So yeah, let's see. So yeah, stand up is a lot of fun. And I've been doing stand up for about 5 years. I've only got paid for it professionally like 2 or 3 times. I got about $50 out of it, which was good because I mean, you know, it's kind of like that Dire Straits song, "Money for Nothing and Your Chicks for Free." You know, like when you do stand up, you're basically not doing anything. You know, you're not making anything. There's no product that you're actually putting out. You know, I mean, people are basically paying you to flap your jaw, you know? I mean, and that's kind of cool that you can get paid. It's like being a musician, you know? But, you know, kind of when I think about it, like, you know, musicians put out CDs, and I guess comedians put out CDs too. And, you know, DVDs of their show. But besides that, you're really not doing anything. You know, you're not, you know, creating a product that people can sell. On the dude streams, okay. I'll think of you every time I drink coffee from now on. Be right back, Randy. All right, that's cool. The dude. So yeah, I wish you could invite people in on YouTube Live. They need to come up with a thing for that. I am just going to browse the features here. Bear with me. There should be like some sort of, you know, like thing. Should be some sort of, can't believe. Should be able to at least switch my settings. Cancel. Anyways, well, I'm not going to mess with that anymore. So it's 42:31. So I am going to go for about 18 more minutes. So if anybody has any questions or you know, any stuff like that, let me go back to the Captain Marvel thing, because you know, if you watched the first half of Captain Marvel and you didn't like it, you're probably not going to like the second half. Like I said, Brie Larson and Samuel L. Jackson are supposed to have this really like buddy cop rapport, and it's just not there, you know. And you know, one of the funniest scenes, and I'm not talking funny in like a ha-ha way, but funny like ironic, that like the filmmakers didn't know this. So Brie Larson, she's transported to an alien planet. She's there for about 5 or 6 years, doesn't remember any of her Earth life. And then she comes back to the planet on a mission. And she meets Director Fury. And there's a scene where Director Fury tracks her down to a bar. And number one, there's no logical reason for him to have realized that she was going to be at that bar. Like, there's no way he could have known that. All right. And then they're sitting down to talk, and Director Fury asks Brie, like, how do I know that you're not one of these enemy aliens? And you know, she takes her fists and she blasts through a jukebox. And this is odd for a number of reasons. Number one, everybody in the bar just does not care. Like, nobody like runs out of the bar screaming. You know, the bartender doesn't yell at them. A lot of people are acting like, oh, this is business as usual. You know, and so that's the thing. And then Director Fury doesn't know about any other alien races. So how should he know that the other alien race that he's fighting does not do that or does do that? There's no way that, like, at this point in time, Director Fury knows nothing about other aliens from other planets. So her blasting the jukebox just tells him that she is an alien, but it doesn't tell you like which alien she is or from which race she is. And she goes, well, Skrulls couldn't do that. And it's like, has Director Fury know that? It's kind of impossible for him to know that. And you think like there are probably like billions of other alien races. How do we know that the Scree doesn't do it? How do we know the Skrulls don't do that? How do we know the Voldemorts or whatever other alien races there are don't do that? You have to use some kind of streaming software to change most of the settings on YouTube Studio. I use OBS. Oh, okay, Yakfo. You're gonna have to teach me how to use that, and I'll try to get you in one of my streams, Yakfo, if you want to. Come on and be nice. Just be nice. You got to promise to be nice. So, but like I said, if you didn't like the first half of Captain Marvel, you're probably not going to be too jazzed about the second half. There's nothing really that happens in the second half of Captain Marvel that is ultimately greater. And in fact, like a lot of it gets pretty wacky. Like they're on an alien ship. Captain Marvel takes off her little nicotine patch, which was inhibiting her powers. She goes hog wild. And then for no reason whatsoever, No Doubt's song, I'm Just a Girl plays. For no reason other than Brie Larson is a girl. And, that's about the reason that they play that song. And it's out of the blue. There's no reason for it. It just comes out of left field. And also, it's revealed earlier on in the movie that the characters in those ships are from a peaceful race. So she basically like blasts through these ships like they were paper, just like, busting up these ships and like plowing through them and probably killing a lot of people. And she's like, hooting and hollering like it's a good thing. Like she's killing a bunch of people and she's glad about it. And I'm like, whoa, you're like murdering people, like some people who were just like following orders and just like, this was their job. They were probably doing it to support a family back on the planet that they came from. And you're just like tearing through their ship, murdering people indiscriminately. And you're like, woo, yeah. Hi, Richie. How's it going? Lucky Chucky, wonder if there will be a Captain Marvel 2. Sounds like a random movie. Wow. It has been decided that there will be a Captain Marvel 2. And maybe that's where all my viewers are coming from, because like I said, I did a video called How Craig Ferguson Uses NLP on Captain Marvel. And for some reason that video has been blown up like Pop-Tarts. The thing has been blown up like plastic balloons. It's got around 3,800 views on it right now. And it's like, whoa, what is going on there? I don't know why, but like in the last like 6 days, I've gotten like 14 comments on that video. I'm like wondering where are all these people coming? Like who is directing them to that video? Because I need to find out who or what is sending all this traffic my way, because I need to like capitalize on that and use that. But yeah, my NLP Captain Marvel video is just blown up like gangbusters. So I don't know, maybe I need to do more NLP videos, or maybe I need to do more Captain Marvel videos or Brie Larson videos. I don't know what it is, but it's just people are going nuts on that video, Captain Marvel 2 is definitely happening. A character from WandaVision is showing up in it. Yeah, you mean a character from Captain Marvel is showing up in WandaVision? Yeah, yeah, because the her buddy. It's very impressive. Hopefully, it will go viral and get 1 million views. Yeah, I hope so. I would like that. You know, and I really like I said, maybe it's because Captain Marvel is close to coming out. I really want to see the Fantastic Four, and I really want to see the Fantastic Four done right. And I think under Kevin Feige, I think it will be. And I think under Kevin Feige, the X-Men ought to be pretty badass too. I just want to see Wolverine in a comics accurate costume. I mean, like, even if the movie is total crapola, if you just do that one thing, show Wolverine in his Wolverine mask, with the little tiger stripes on the side, which is weird because I don't think Wolverines actually have stripes on the side. I think tigers do. And I guess Wolverine is kind of like close to a tiger, but yeah, I don't think Wolverines actually have tiger stripes like are on the costume to Wolverine. But who could play Wolverine? Hugh Jackman is so synonymous with the role right now. I think even though he's kind of old, just kind of, I think that Russell Crowe would be a badass Wolverine. I think Russell Crowe could do it. You know who was originally two people were originally up for the role of Wolverine, and one of those might surprise you. Mel Gibson was originally up for the role of Wolverine all the way back in 1999 before they made the movie in 2000. That would have been interesting. But I think if Mel Gibson would have taken that role, I still think that Wolverine would be the focus of the X-Men, And then Russell Crowe might just as well just cast Jackman again. He's so old. Yeah, you're right, the dude. You're right. At one point, Doug Ray Scott was supposed to take the role of Wolverine. And he's old now too. But yeah, Doug Ray Scott was up for it, and he turned down the role in X-Men to play his role in Mission Impossible 2, which I thought was a very well lit movie. There are some lighting shots in there where I'm like, oh my god, this is beautiful lighting. Like the scene where he goes inside the factory, and there's lighting behind the pipes, and there's smoke, and the lighting is casting beams into the smoke. Oh man, that was great. So we only got 7 more minutes. So if y'all want to say something, better say it pretty quick, because your time is ticking away. So yeah, I'll ask you, the dude, who would you get to play Wolverine? Like, they should just cast me, to be honest. I'm short and hairy and muscular. Yeah, right. That'd be cool. Or Yakvo, he's short and hairy and Canadian. Oh, that's cool. One project that I did have planned with Fears, and this would be it would be half animation, half live action. I did have a Cameo Man and Fears Man episode where Cameo Man and Fears Man are fighting this witch, and she actually banishes cartoon Fears and cartoon Cameo Man to the real world. And when we go through the portal, we get changed. Fears Man stays the same, but Cameo Man turns into a fat, overweight 40-year-old. And basically, we have to find these keys to get back into the cartoon world so we can save the cartoon world. And, Fears and I, when we came into the real world, we were going to like make our costumes and stuff. But I was thinking maybe just like not use the Fears angle and like maybe make it a Cameo Man episode, just a Cameo Man episode where like I'm fighting this witch. I get banished to the real world, but it turns out, oh, I'm an overweight 40-year-old in this world. And that's kind of like the curse, the character flaw that I have in this world. And then I have to like find I have to like find the bad guy and, find the witch so that she can transport me back into the cartoon world so I can stop the cartoon world from ending. And in the process, I also save the real world. Because Cameo Man, I don't know if you all know this, but I created Cameo Man back way back in 1995. And like most of the time when I was in school, I was daydreaming about comic book situations for my comic. And, I came up with Cameo Man. His power was the premise of Cameo Man, the show, would have been exactly the same premise as Stay Tuned. I'm not sure, honestly. Maybe Charlie Hunnam. I don't know who that is. Taron Egerton. That is an interesting choice. I don't know. I just don't see Taron Egerton. What are some major influencers from Cameo Man? The major Scott Eastwood, maybe. It reminds me of the Awesomes. Early influences for Cameo Man. Anybody in the DC universe. Like back before 2008, Marvel really wasn't as big as they are now. In fact, before Iron Man, Marvel was kind of like synonymous with crap movies. Because a lot of people don't realize the reason that Captain America the First Avenger is called Captain America the First Avenger is because there was a Captain America movie in 1990 that was made by the B-movie director Albert Payan, and that movie sucked ass. And then there was there were also 2 TV movies in the 70s that starred Captain America, and those 2 also sucked a massive amount of ass. And then there were a lot of failed Marvel movies. Daredevil was around in movie format, back in the 70s when Bill Bixby was doing the character. There was the Hulk versus Daredevil. There was the Hulk versus Thor. And all of these movies are way back from a long time ago. And they are god awfully bad. And what's funny is John Rice Davies played the Kingpin in that series. So that was interesting. And what's also funny is the way that Daredevil is defeated in Daredevil versus the Hulk is the same way that Rutger Hauer's character almost gets defeated in the movie Blind Justice. And if you've never seen Blind Justice was about a Vietnam veteran, and it stars Rutger Hauer, by the way. It's about a Vietnam veteran who loses his sight in Vietnam, and the Vietnamese train him to use his other senses. And, one of his buddies gets killed over in America, so he comes back and he, seeks out the person who killed his buddy, and he takes care of his wife. He takes care of his buddy's wife and his kid, and, and he basically saves the day, and he's got a samurai sword, and his other senses are so attuned that in one scene they throw a cassava melon across at him, and then he like slices it in half, and he's exactly like Daredevil. Like Blind Justice is exactly the plot for Daredevil, and like the same plot devices too. Will there be a Cameo Man cinematic universe, more characters aside from Fearsman? Yes. there is if I have anything to say about it, Horrible Harry, yes, there will be a Cameo Man cinematic universe. Much like George Lucas, I have 12 movies planned. The problem is getting the first one off the ground. I think once I get the first one off the ground, it'll hit the ground running. And, you know, the problem, Horrible Harry, is with it's with you know, getting the first one good. Because Harry, I literally have 5 completely different origin scripts that are over 95 pages long. One of them's like 112 pages. I have 5 origin scripts, and I'm not happy with any of them. I'm not happy with any of those scripts. I think they all still need to be tweaked. Some have good ideas, some have bad ideas, some are more compelling than others. And I really do feel like doing a 6th one, but I just need to find my edge. You know, I need to find what Cameo Man does that nobody else does, you know? And I think I've got it. And I think one of the things that I need to figure out is what the overarching theme is, you know? Because I don't really, I can tell a story and the story can be complete, but I don't really think I have a story to tell right now. I feel like I need to figure out the deeper meaning and the deeper themes of the story. So, have you ever seen the Rutger Hauer movie Hobo with the Shotgun? No, but I'm looking forward to it. Randy needs to go straight to Hollywood. Crash with the dude. If you have to, you need to get there, man. Yeah. Because Horrible Harry, when I went to film school, I quickly realized, you know, unless you're in Hollywood or unless you're in New York, filmmaking is pretty much, unless you're going to do the entire thing yourself, you really need to be in Hollywood or New York. Those are really your only options, because even though, like, Georgia is actually growing. There's a lot of projects in Georgia, and that's really close to me. But, like, seriously, if you want to get serious about the movie industry, you need to be in LA or you need to be in New York. And I don't plan on going to either of those anytime soon. But, you know, if anything happens to my mom, I will be on the first ticket out to LA. You know, hopefully nothing happens. But have you seen the Mortal Kombat trailer? I'm excited for it, but I hope it's just good fights. I honestly don't even try on the story. Just give me good fights. The dude, here's the thing about Mortal Kombat 1 and Mortal Kombat 2. Mortal Kombat 1 is one of my favorite films of all time. And it's probably the greatest video game to movie adaptation of all time. But what's ironic is that number 2 sucks, and number 2 is one of the worst films of all time, which is quite the polar opposite. You got one that's a classic and one that's like a piece of garbage. Now, ironically, the cinematographer of the first Mortal Kombat was the director on the second Mortal Kombat. And Larry Kasanoff said, yeah, I made a lot of bad decisions. Larry Kasanoff was the guy who does Threshold Entertainment. And I said, oh, man, if somebody gives me this franchise, I'll make comic books out of it. I'll make TV shows. I'll make cartoons. All of those turned out to be garbage, except for the first movie. But Hobo with a Shotgun, that's a Canadian treasure, the dude. The Hobo with a Shotgun, that is. If your scripts start taking off, would you consider collaborating with Fierce on something serious and actually sold for money? Yeah. I would actually like to do a feature-length version of The Deal, because in my personal opinion, that is Fierce's that's Fears' best short film, without a doubt. Yeah, I like The Deal more than I like The Deal. I think is one of his best things, and he did a sequel to it, and I really want him to do the third one. I really want him to complete the trilogy. And he says, Randy, when you complete the trilogy of the Thrilling Three, Randy, then we will complete the trilogy of The Deal. I was like, yeah, that's fair. I see where you're going. New York, Atlanta, Chicago, New Orleans all have good film industries. The dude, okay. New Orleans. I love the casting of the original Mortal Kombat. Yeah. And what's funny is Robin Shaw, who plays Liu Kang in the first one, played a character in Street Fighter Legend of Chun-Li. Now, here's the thing about Legend of Chun-Li. I feel like it had a good story, but I feel like the director just didn't know what to do with it. Because the reason I like Legend, there was one scene that I bought Legend of Chun-Li for. It's this one scene. So all the bad guys are like around a table and they're all drinking wine and like eating steak, and they're all talking to M. Bison, and M. Bison is like telling them all, you know what, y'all need to bow down to me because I'm going to buy you all out, and all your businesses belong to me now. So what you need to do is you need to pledge allegiance to me, and if you pledge allegiance to me, I won't kill you, and you all need to bow down before me. And, one guy starts to get up, throws his napkin in Bison's face. He goes, I will never bow down to you, never. And he goes, come on, guys. And then all the gangsters leave. And then after the gangsters like start walking out the glass doors, Vega drops down from the ceiling and starts murdering everybody. And he murders all the gangsters. And then we cut back to M. Bison. And what is M. Bison doing? M. Bison is taking everybody's champagne glass and he's just like downing all the champagne. And he's like, I can't waste the champagne. It's really good, And he's just like, he's taking glass after glass and he's like, oh man, this stuff is fantastic, And that scene cracked me the F up. Oh man, I was dying. It's like he doesn't want that champagne to go to waste. It's like $200 a bottle, And oh man, that scene was hilarious. And then there's another scene in there, which it's directed okay, but like there's a scene where M. Bison is like punching a punching bag off camera, and then he talks to somebody. And they're talking about like the drug deals and how it's going down. And he goes, yeah, do that drug deal. And then they walk over to the punching bag, but the punching bag isn't really a punching bag. It's the hostage's wife. And he's beating on the hostage's wife. And this whole time we thought, oh, he's beating on a punching bag. He's just like punching it off screen. It's like, nope. He was literally murdering and punching this guy's wife to death. I was like, that's a twist. Love the casting in the original Mortal Kombat. Yeah, and one of the things that I love, Yakfo, about Mortal Kombat 1 and 2 was they cast Talisa Soto. Talisa Soto has only been in one other movie that I know of. It's License to Kill with Timothy Dalton as James Bond. And I really like Timothy Dalton as James Bond. I really think he's underrated. But I haven't seen Talisa Soto in anything other than those two movies and James Bond. Toronto has a pretty big film industry. Johnny Cage is perfect. Yeah, and I was really sad that Johnny Cage did not come back for Mortal Kombat. Lyndon Ashby did not come back for Mortal Kombat 2. But he probably read the script and said, oh, my character dies within 2 minutes of the movie. So, screw you guys. I'm not coming back for that. Harry, New Orleans. There's tons of good stuff there. Toronto is big too. Vancouver too. I'm not going out of the country. I don't I wouldn't feel safe in another country. I went to Mexico and I did not like it there. Running clean running water was very scarce. There was like lots of homeless people in the area I went to. Maybe there are other areas of Mexico that are better, but the place I went to wasn't very good and kind of just did not make me want to go. You know what? Here, I'll amend that. I will go to Toronto if Amy Jo Johnson is there. That's when I'll go. If she's there, I will go and I will see her, and that'll be that. But I wouldn't feel comfortable going to a country like Japan or China or Russia or Germany because I don't speak the language, and it's going to take me a long time to learn the language. Because I don't want to go over there with an interpreter. Because then, like, what happens if I lose contact with the interpreter? I'm like up the creek without a paddle. But if I did go out of the country, I would go to Britain or I would go to Australia because I speak the language, and Goro Puppet looks awesome. Always freaked me out as a kid, even though it really show him doing other much than grunting. Goro was freaking scary as hell. Goro was vicious. But I really wanted to see Goro leap on somebody and like stomp on them. But I realized like at the time that special effects would have been impossible. But, Goro probably weighed like 800 pounds in real life, with the puppet. And I think they said it took 2 puppeteers to puppet him. But, Goro was vicious. And the Goro in the 1995 Mortal Kombat looks better than the Goro in the trailer that I saw. So, it's really hard to beat practical effects. I mean, there are certain things that practical effects do better than CGI, but there's also things that CGI do better than practical effects, like cars and water and stuff like that. It's much more backstory on his short film Captured by Force. What's the thing about Japanese versus Americans? Oh, hold on, I missed a lot. What's the thing about the Japanese versus American Street Fighters? Vega and Bison and Balrog all have their names switched or something. I don't remember that. Like the American Balrog should be named M. Bison since he's a boxer like Mike Tyson. It rhymes. Yeah, that's true. Boo, bad joke, the dude. The American Vega is supposed to be Balrog, and the American M. Bison is supposed to be Vega, or something like that. No, I'm serious, Harry. It's like a mix-up, and Vega is from Vegas. Yeah, that's what I'm sure they're all named in Japan. I'm sure it could be wrong, though. Canadians would jump you, Randy, 100%. Yeah. I don't think the Canadians would jump me, but a lot of them speak French, and I don't learn French. I haven't learned French. I'm working on Russian, and I know a fair bit of Spanish. Like I know in Russian, I know the words "Я немного говорю по-русски," which means I speak a little bit of Russian, and then "Porosho" means good. Благодарю вас is a very formal way of saying thank you. Как дела? Porosho is how are you? Are you well? Krasnaya Bloshid Dam is red squares over there. But yeah, I'm probably only going to learn like 1 or 2 languages in my entire life. So whatever languages I learn will probably be the country that I go to. So if I ever go to another country again, it's probably going to be Russia. And then if I had to pick a second choice, it would probably be Mexico. But I already been to Mexico. And like I said, the city that I went to wasn't impressive. And it did not make me want to go back there. Because like I went to the flea market and all these people were like, here, buy my junk. And I was like, I don't want to buy junk. You know, I like good stuff. You know, like you're kind of like lessening your value in my eyes. You're lessening the value of your products in my eyes because you're calling it junk. I don't like to buy junk. I won't even, I barely buy anything unless I absolutely have to. And whenever I buy something, I want that to be top quality. You know, I don't want it to be junk. So, you know, that's it's not really a good selling point there. Canadians, US Canadians are a tough bunch. Those French Canadians are tough customers. Cameo Man 2021, did you see the new Wonder Woman? Yes, Lucky Chucky. I will get back to that. Let me read Yakov's comment. LMAO, Randy, you'd be fine even in Quebec unless you go to the tiny villages speak English. Top quality, but let's see. So, yeah, Lucky Chucky, I did see Wonder Woman. Wonder Woman 2, or Wonder Woman 1984, I should say, is actually what I got HBO Max for. I got, originally I got HBO Max to look at the Snyder Cut. That was my original reason. But when I saw that Wonder Woman 1984 was out and only on HBO Max, I was like, okay, I'll check it out. And there's lots of other good shows on HBO Max, like they got the Harley Quinn series. Tenet is on there right now. And there's lots of other really good movies that I haven't seen on there. The Titans show is on there, and I'm a big fan of DC's Teen Titans. So, and I'm a big fan of a lot of DC TV. But I saw Wonder Woman 1984, and I'll say this. It's a stupid movie, but I like it. There's a lot of things in the movie that don't make sense, and a lot of things in the movie that make absolutely no sense whatsoever. I can't give too much away without giving spoilers, but you know, the lead bad guy wishes to become the Dreamstone, and the Dreamstone kind of has like a monkey's paw effect where you'll get your wish, but that wish will be shit. You know, you'll get your wish, but it'll turn out bad for you somehow. In fact, one of the very first persons who uses the wish, which is some rando, scientist in the background, he comes in, he goes, "Oh, this gives you wishes? I wish for hot coffee." So the guy goes over, and, somebody comes "Hey, we got some free coffee here. Anybody wants one?" He's like, "Oh, hey, yeah, nice." And he sips the coffee, and then he's like, oh my God. And he burns his mouth on the coffee. So no matter what you wish for, it's going to go bad. But in this instance, if that was really the case, the bad guy could just wish, I wish I got everything I wanted in exactly the way I wanted it with no catch. He could have just wished for that, and he would have got it, and it would have been problem solved. And as he goes throughout the movie, you see that the wishes start to take a toll on his body. You see, in quite a few scenes, he has bloodshot eyes, and in one scene, blood is dripping out of his ear. And, he could have just wished, I wish I was in perfect health. Could have just wished for that. HBO Max is definitely worth the price, especially since they're releasing so many movies in 2021 through the service. I agree, Yakfo. You are correct. I used to love this bar called Monkey Paw, but it is closed. Yeah. Yeah. I used to go to this one bar called Tailgaters, and that was a fantastic bar. And let me tell you something. I used to have the perfect apartment. Oh my God. If I could go back to that apartment, I would go back to that apartment in a heartbeat. I used to live at an apartment by myself. It was a bachelor pad. I was skinny. I was hot. I was at the peak of, my prime. I had this apartment. It was a 2-minute walk away from the beach, not drive, walk. I could literally walk down the beach. I could literally walk down my street and be on the beach in 2 minutes. And then there was literally a police station right across the street. And I don't mean that, like, a lot of people don't know what literally means, you know? Like, a lot of people use literally and they don't use it correctly. Like, they literally blew me away. And it's like, oh, yeah, a gust of wind came and literally blew you away. No, it did not literally blow you away. No, nothing literally blows people away other than a tornado. But, like, I could walk down the street and literally be on the beach in 2 minutes. There was literally a police station across the street. So my safety was practically guaranteed. You know, nobody's going to rob an apartment building that's like right across the street from a police station. And then I was a 10-minute walk away from the pavilion, the boardwalk of Daytona. And then I was literally a 15-minute walk away from Seabreeze. And Seabreeze is the street to be on in Daytona because they've got Razzles there. That's where all the cool club people are. That's where all the girls are. You know, some of the best bars in Daytona are on Seabreeze. And, you know, there's so much to do on Seabreeze. There's so much to do on the boardwalk. And like Tailgaters was like a 5-minute walk away from me. And there were other karaoke joints that were a 5-minute walk away. Man, if I could get that apartment back, I mean, I told my mom, I promised my mom, I said, Mom, as long as I am physically able to take care of you, I will take care of you. But if I can get that apartment back, I'm taking it, you know, because, man, yeah. The only thing that sucks about that apartment is it wasn't close to like a Walmart. It wasn't close to like any really good stores. But, you know, there was a Starbucks close by and a Dunkin' Donuts and a Pizza Hut. And, you know, one of the real reasons why I'm fat right now is because I learned to drive, and all the places I used to walk to, I now drive to, you know, like that's the reason why I'm fat now. Because I used to walk constantly every day, miles. Like, I mean, there was one point where I was walking 12 miles in a day. And that was when I was doing like the weight stuff. And, you know, I was down to like, if you look at the weight stuff, I was down to like 173 or not 170, 273. Still pretty fat, but lower than I am now. So, top quality Biloxi. Yeah. I used to love this bar called, I live 5 minutes from the beach and want to end my life every day. Oh, do you have any tips for losing weight? Yeah, I do. I could lose weight, but it is tedious. And I'll tell you one of my tips for not losing weight. Have a good Chinese food place near you. Because the thing is, my problem is not losing weight. I know how to lose weight. I can lose like 3 pounds in a day. You know, it's very simple. But here's the problem. I diet and I deprive myself of food for a week. And then I drop 10 pounds. And then I know this is a rationalization and I know I shouldn't do this. But like, I feel like in my mind, well, I deprived myself for 7 days. I lost 10 pounds. Maybe, you know, like a little Chinese food wouldn't hurt. So I get the Chinese food, I eat it, and then I gain all that weight right the F back. And it's so frustrating. I've lost like 100 pounds in the past like 10 months. But the problem is it's the same 10 pounds. I'll be like at 297, then I'll be at 187. And then the next week after that, I'll be back to, or I'll be at 287, then I'll be at 197. Then I'll be at 287, then 197. The problem isn't taking off the weight. The problem is keeping the weight off. That's the problem for me, is keeping it off and maintaining, you know. That sounds like disordered eating. Yeah, I know. But the thing is like when you've deprived yourself for a week, you feel like, oh, well, I deserve a reward. You know, I deserve something. And it probably is disordered eating. I don't know. But I feel bad for you, Erie. You know, you should try to get out to, well, the whole coronavirus thing. But yeah, if you're in good shape, yeah, I would suggest, try going out to the beach, try doing something, having fun, you know, like, one person asked me, what do you think our purpose on this earth is? And I told them, I really don't think I can tell you what your purpose is. I think every person on the planet needs to decide what their purpose is for themselves. I don't think, you can go to a guru or you can go to a self-help guy and he can tell you, oh, this is what you were meant for. This is what you're here for. I really think like that is something that somebody has to choose and decide for themselves what they're here for, So, got my vaccine, so I'm going to go on a mad terror. Oh, darn it. Well, anyways, I've gone like 26, now it's 26 minutes over my my initial thing. So I said I was going to call Fierce back, and I'm a man of my word. So thank you, everybody. I'm going to do a few shout outs. Shout out to Erie, shout out to the dude, shout out to Yakvo, shout out to Lucky Chucky, shout out to Horrible Harry. Got so many cool people watching me, top quality people. Shout out to Pixel Protocol. Shout out to D-Man, and shout out to the Ghost of D's Nuts. Shout out to Richie Wright. I will check out WandaVision. Shout out to, I think that's it, Lucky Chucky. And yeah, I think that's about it. Had a good chat. I liked it. I'm really happy with this. So yeah, thanks to everybody for chiming in and letting your voice be heard. Sorry I did a random stream. I'll try to do my streams earlier on in the day so more people can come and check it out. But yeah, my name's Randy Brown for Cameo Man 2021 and the Mayor of Magic. See, I got it down now. I used to keep saying just Cameo Man and Vlogging with Mr. Brown, but Vlogging with Mr. Brown it's out of there. So hey everybody, this is Randy Brown for Cameo Man 2021 and the Mayor of Magic, and I will see you later, alligator. All right, bye.